Good morning, class. Welcome back to Virtual Sunday School. It's me, Rima Chichi here, bringing you guys another really cool story from the Bible about Jesus and then a miracle that he did while he was here on earth a long time ago. Okay, today's story is about siblings, and there were two sisters and one brother, and these guys were really good friends with Jesus. Anytime Jesus was in town, Jesus would go over to Mary, Martha, and Lazarus's home. He would hang out with them, he would eat with them, he would tell them all about God, and they were very good friends. So one day when Jesus was not in town, their brother Lazarus became very sick. And no matter what Mary and Martha did, he just wouldn't feel better. They tried to give him medicine, they tried to call the doctors over, and despite all of that, Lazarus was still very sick. But because Mary and Martha knew Jesus, they knew if Jesus was around, nothing would happen to their brother. So they sent someone to go find Jesus because he was not in town at the time, right? So this guy, he went and he found Jesus, but Jesus was preaching about God in another town, a couple of miles away from where Mary, Martha, and Lazarus were, okay? So when he found him, he said, Jesus, you need to come back to where Mary, Martha, and Lazarus are because Lazarus is very ill and the sisters want you there because they know if you're there, nothing will happen to their brother. Now, Jesus is all-knowing. He knows things that's going to happen way before any of us know what's going to happen, right? So Jesus told the guy, hey, you head on back to town and I will join you shortly. So now Jesus took a couple of days before he headed back to town. And as he was walking back into town, Martha saw Jesus and he ran out to Jesus and she said, Jesus, it's too late. My brother has already died. You took too long. And as Martha and Jesus were talking, Mary, the other sister, came out and said, Jesus, what are you doing here? My brother has already died. If you were here when he was feeling sick, you could have healed him and you could have made sure he was okay. But now he's already dead. What are you going to do now? And they stood before Jesus and they cried and they sobbed. And Jesus, seeing this and how sad his friends were, Jesus was really sad and Jesus began to cry, okay? Jesus was sad that his friend died. Jesus was sad that his friends were sad. Okay, but Jesus was all powerful still, right? And he wished that his friends would believe him at least a little bit, that he could still do something for Lazarus and themselves, right? So Jesus told Mary and Martha to take him to where Lazarus was buried. So Mary and Martha, reluctantly, because they knew that Lazarus has already died and they didn't know what else Jesus could do to bring Lazarus back. Despite that, Jesus asked them to take him to the tomb where Lazarus was buried. And Mary and Martha took Jesus there. And when Jesus got there, there was a huge rock covering the tomb where Lazarus was buried, okay? So Jesus asked the stone to be moved. And two of their other friends moved the stone over. And Lazarus had been dead for almost 3 whole days now. Okay, and guess what Jesus did? Jesus stood before the opening of the cave, opening of the tomb, and he said, Lazarus, come out. All the other people watching looked around and they thought, Lazarus is already dead. What can happen now? There's no way that Lazarus is going to come out of the tomb. He has been dead for almost 3 days now. And Jesus called again. He said, Lazarus, come out. And guess what happened? Lazarus came out of the tomb, covered in cloth, how he had been buried. He started walking out, and everybody was so shocked and surprised. Guess what Jesus just did? He brought back someone that had died. He resurrected Lazarus. Okay, he brought Lazarus back to life. Okay, so and all the people around him, Mary, Martha, Lazarus, Jesus, and all their friends rejoiced and they were so happy and they jumped around and they worshiped God and praised God because through Jesus and because of God, Lazarus was alive again, even though he had been dead for 3 whole days. Okay, so this was also foreshadowing that how Jesus is going to die later on in the Bible, in the stories, and how Jesus dies for our sins and he comes back to life 3 days later. Okay, so Jesus is all powerful, all knowing. Even when we think it's too late or there's nothing else left to do, Jesus always has a way, and his will and his plans for us will always come to be. Okay, wasn't that a really cool story? It really happened in the Bible years and years ago. Okay, so Jesus brought Lazarus back to life, and him and his friends Mary, Martha, and Lazarus rejoiced and praised God together. Okay, so I have a really cool craft that it's not really a craft, a game that I want to play with you guys. Okay, so I need you guys to go find a doll or a stuffed animal or a figurine of sort, something like this. Like Rimchichi is gonna do this right here. This is gonna be my Lazarus. So go find your Lazarus, something like this. And another thing that I want you guys to go find is like a bandage or like something to wrap Lazarus with. We're going to be burying Lazarus, okay? We're playing a game. So I have this right here. It's like a Band-Aid or a bandage kind of thing that I'm going to be wrapping Lazarus with, okay? So the game is we're going to see who can wrap Lazarus up the fastest and who has the shortest amount of time. So I have a timer here. You guys can pause the video really quickly and let's see. Yeah, you guys can pause the video really quickly and go find yourself a Lazarus and something to wrap him with. I have this. You guys can use a shawl, ask your moms, or anything like this that you can wrap up your Lazarus with, okay? So pause the video and go find something. All right, are you guys back? Does everybody have something? Can everybody hold up their Lazarus? This is my Mr. Lazarus. Look at him. Even though he's smiling, he's really sad because he just died and we have to bury him. Okay, so this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna start my timer and I'm gonna wrap him, and you guys are gonna wrap your Lazarus up completely as well. Okay, all right, and go. Okay, go. Wrap him. Don't rush, because you still have to wrap him completely, because if not, he won't be buried properly. Wrap him properly. His leg, his other leg. And how long did you guys take? I took 8 seconds as per my timer. Okay, so you guys check your timers or whoever you wrapped and however long you guys took, and I'm pretty sure you guys won, but this was my Mr. Lazarus. Okay, so I thank you guys for participating in today's class and in today's little game that I had for you guys. Send me pictures if you want about your Mr. Lazarus, okay? And I thank you guys and I love you very much, and this ends Sunday school here. I'm praying for you. Bye.